This collection stop is about to take a turn for the worst. Stop down to the curb to find out more. Hello, I'm Waste and Recycling News Editor John Campanelli. More on that crazy video in a sec, but first, it looks as if 2012 might end up being a huge year for acquisitions in the solid waste business. Industry analyst Michael Hoffman of Wunderlich Securities believes this year might see 3 times the value of acquisitions as a typical year, with up to $3.5 billion in revenue trading hands. There are 2 reasons, he says. First, the sales of WCA Waste and Veolia's U.S. solid waste operations are already in the works, and that's $1.1 billion in revenue right there. The other reason is the uncertainty surrounding taxes. The current federal tax rate of 15% on long-term capital gains is scheduled to expire at the end of 2012, and the consensus is that the government is likely to raise that rate by perhaps 10 percentage points, if not more. That's going to encourage many business owners to cash out before 2013, Hoffman says. He sees a staggering 100 to 200 companies, mostly smaller tuck-ins, changing hands this year. Here's Hoffman putting it into historical perspective.
Well, I've been doing this for 25 years, so the last time I saw it of this scope was the late 80s and the early 90s, where you end up with 17 or 18 public companies, and by the time you get to the end of the 1990s, you had 8, because they all bought each other, right? And you end up with, sort of rolling consolidation.
Hoffman also said that the deals of 2012 will spur an additional round of retrades, where companies sell and buy assets to refine their markets and satisfy antitrust concerns. In other news, Vermont lawmakers are considering a proposal that would ban recyclables from landfills. House Bill 485 would prohibit batteries from landfills immediately, recyclables such as plastic and glass containers, cardboard, paper, and other products by July 2015, yard waste by July 2016, and all organic materials by July 2020. Republican Representative Robert Lewis shared his thoughts from the floor earlier this month before Vermont's House passed the bill.
For the most part, I don't like mandates. I know it's not a big surprise to a lot of you, but this may surprise you. This bill is long overdue. This is a mandate that I can't believe wasn't brought up years ago. The cost of solid waste removal is going to be astronomical if we don't address it right now.
This is not the first proposal in the nation to ban recyclables from landfills. Plastic bottles have been prohibited from North Carolina landfills since 2009, and the state has seen its recycling rate double over the past 4 years. Finally, the web went wild last week over a viral video that seems to show a collection worker having a really bad day and a really short fuse, and perhaps doing what more than a few workers have at least sometimes dreamt of doing. Hey, isn't that a violation of federal law? Well, it turns out the video, although going viral now, is not new, but from 2009. It also seems to be a prank. The original version of the video describes it as an April Fool's joke filmed by a garbage man from his own window, and that the mailbox and trash can belong to him. Let's just be thankful this guy isn't a school bus driver. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week at the curb.